and welcome to Healthy M. Today I'm going to be sharing a recipe with you that I'm very excited about. It is from one of my all-time favourite books, the BFG by Roald Dahl. When I heard that it was going to be made into a movie, I absolutely had to go and see it. And then I thought, hey, I'm going to make a Snozzcumber. And this recipe is suitable for human beings of all ages. But if you are a little human wanting to make this, then remember to get an older human being with you to help you with some of the chopping and of course the cooking. It's a really fun recipe. It looks disgusting, which is always great, but it will taste amazing and it's really, really healthy. Let's get our Snozzcumber on and let's get cooking. So apron is going on, so anyone's moaning about me not wearing an apron. To you. The ingredients that you'll need to make this Snozzcumber are 1 huge marrow. Ta-da! Oh my god, I nearly dropped that. 1 onion, a tin of black beans, a tin of chopped tomatoes, 1 sweet potato, 1 courgette, 1 large mushroom, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, 1 tablespoon of tomato puree, 3 garlic cloves, 2 handfuls of spinach, and don't get funny with me if you've got giant hands, obviously just 1, or if you've got tiny hands like me, maybe up it a little bit. I've got baby hands. 3 tomatoes, 3 little ones, half a chilli, a good handful of parsley, and then some spices to go in there. Now, if you're not a fan of spicy food, obviously leave the spices out, but these really give it a nice kick and a really good flavour. The spices that I have are 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, whatever you like to say. I do not know how to pronounce it. I don't think I ever will. Half a teaspoon of garam masala and half a teaspoon of cumin. For the gross added warmth effect that we're going to create on the outside, you will need some halloumi cheese and just, I'd say, a tablespoon of black beans. That is all the ingredients you'll need to make a Snozzcumber. So first things first, I'm going to chop the marrow in half. So my granddad used to grow vegetables and used to enter his vegetables local shows, and he used to grow marrows. And one year he'd grown a huge marrow. He was pretty certain he was going to win. He was feeling pretty cocky about it. And the morning of the show, he got up to go and pick up the marrow to take it with him. And he picked it up, and it was just hollow inside because all of the slugs had just eaten the insides and just left the shell. That's not nice to laugh at, is it? Poor guy. So he thought, he was there like, I'm gonna win, and then picked it up and the whole thing just fell apart. He did not win, obviously. All that was left was a shell of a marrow, and he became a shell of a man from that day. I'm gonna get rid of these seeds in there. So I'm gonna scoop them out. Very satisfying feeling. There we go, 1 in there. Pop it into the dish. That is a really satisfying feeling. I can do this all day. Scrape out the inside of the marrow. So you've got all the marrow bits there which can be used for the filling as well. So once the inside of the marrow has been all scraped out and you've got the 2 halves here on the dish, all you want to do is sprinkle a little bit of coconut oil on the top and then pop it in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes at 180 degrees. Start chopping up all your vegetables. So I'm going to start with my little mushroom here. It's not little at all, it's actually quite big. It's a really versatile recipe. You can add other things you want in there. You can substitute stuff for things you don't like, because I know mushrooms are quite an acquired taste. They're kind of like Marmite, you either love them or you hate them. Weirdly enough, I used to hate them. I used to call them sneaky little mushrooms, and anytime they were in a dish, I'd be like, oh, get them out. And now, I just can't get enough of the things. Can't get enough of these sneaky little fungusy things. I love them. Now for the aubergine, very good at meat substitute. So if you are vegetarian, they're amazing to add into any kind of dish where you normally have meat, so as opposed to just having corn. It's all about the aubergine. So when you are cutting your vegetables and everything, onions are the thing that you should do last, but also obviously they should be put in first, because onions go off very, very quickly. As soon as you chop them up, they want to go straight in the pan. They need to be cooked almost straight away. So to my right here, I have got some courgette and some sweet potato-y, whatever you call it. So all I did here, I peeled this sweet potato and I popped it in my veggie spaghetti, which is one of the most useful tools I have in my kitchen. It's really easy, really simple to use. You hold it and you just twist it round and you get amazing spaghetti-like shapes from all kinds of different vegetables. I've done courgette here, and then this one is a sweet potato, and they're going to be coming out the end of the Snozzcumber. You're going to grab your courgette and your sweet potato, get a dish, put coconut oil in the bottom. I'm going to pop a little bit of paprika, on top, just to give it a really nice flavour, and it goes really well with these two vegetables. And then all you have to do is mix that round. And then we're going to pop it in the oven, and I'd say for about 10 to 15 minutes. We want it nice and crispy and looking as disgusting as possible. So now we want to make the filling. I've got a large frying pan here, and what I've done is put about a tablespoon of coconut oil on there. I'm just letting it heat up. So to begin with, I'm going to pop in the onions. Just let them do their thing. So once they're all nice and softened up, you want to add in the chilli. Spices. This is when the colour's going to really start to come through. So there we go, see that colour. Aubergines and the tomatoes. The marrow. Tomatoes, make sure all the flavours are mixed in. And whilst that's also gone in, you might want to add a little bit of water. I've got about 15 millilitres of water in there. But don't worry, most of that will evaporate as the cooking goes on. My favourite kitchen tools is my garlic crusher. Easy peasy garlic squeeze. Bit of tomato puree, and I'm not very good with the old measuring, but say about a tablespoon. Lovely black beans. You want to leave that on a low heat just to simmer. Pop a lid on the top, and I'm going to leave it there for about 15 minutes. Just so all the flavours get all juicy and delicious. So now the marrow and the filling are both cooked, and this little guy is ready to be stuffed. Now we can get stuffing. So I've got a ladle here, you can use whatever you want, that's totally fine. But just smush all that goodness in there. Pack it in there, stringy bits coming out all nice and gross. So now the lid is going to go on top, just to give it a real Snozzcumber vibe. For the final bit, I'm going to create some nice warts for the outside. To do this, I'm going to melt some halloumi cheese and pop a couple of those black beans on top. Don't worry if it looks disgusting, and mine absolutely does, because it's allowed to, it's meant to. This is one of those really fun recipes where everything looks really gross and you're like, that's what I was meant to do. What you do is squeeze up the cheese, and you can mould it up to how you want it because it's cheese and it's super squidgy. And then pop a black bean on top. Now you can do as many as you like, you can do as little as you like. You don't even have to add these, they are just a nice touch. And they make it look extra disgusting. And there we are, a disgusting Snozzcumber bursting at the seams. Hopefully it won't taste like cockroaches and slime wranglers. I'm hoping it tastes a little bit better. To serve it up, you can slice it up and you can serve it with maybe some quinoa, some brown rice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's BFG inspired recipe, and I really hope you give it a go. If you haven't seen the film yet, then I definitely recommend it. It's a really, really lovely, heartwarming film. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye! Bye. And in the movie, I went along and watched the end. Is one hello there, hello, hi. So get your Snozzcumber. I hope I've inspired you to give it a go. I need to sneeze.